What's going on, everyone? Happy New Year's Eve, the last day of 2024. And just like the Minnesota Vikings game, we're going to leave 2024 in the rearview mirror and get over this one pretty quickly. Do this film review. Not going to take a ton of time to dive down into it. How are we doing, everyone? I already see a comment saying fire Matt LaFleur. Come on. Come on, man. Don't start. It's a new year. It's a new year in about 12 hours, less than 12 hours. Don't start. Don't start with that. Here's the thing, man. Everyone's worried about the seeding and who we're going to have to play. Man, if you want to be the best team, you got to beat the best teams. And the Packers haven't done that yet. But what's the difference between the Packers being the 5th seed and the 7th team? Oh, so they can have an easier game round one? I don't. What's that going to help, right? If the Packers are going to make it anywhere this offseason, why don't you just start with the most difficult or one of the most difficult ones in the Philadelphia Eagles, right? That's my view on it. I don't understand the thought process of wanting an easier path to the Super Bowl. Sure, if you're the first seed, you get a bye week, play one less game. That gives you a theoretically, a better chance. And yeah, it'd be great to play a pretty bad team the first round. I get that, to build a little bit of momentum in the playoffs. But to be the best, you got to beat the best. And all that matters is getting into the playoffs, which the Packers have done. From that point on, it's about playing your best football, not losing. And we'll see if the Packers are able to do that after, they got one more game against the Bears. Hopefully they can clean up some of the stuff there that they have going on right now against the Bears. But yeah, you disagree? I think Commanders have a shot of at least knocking out the Eagles, small shot. Yeah, and if the Commanders knock out the Eagles, then they are the better team. So then the Packers would, if they move forward down into the playoffs, they have to play the Commanders, which are a good team. So it's like no matter what, you got to beat the best teams to be the best team. That's what winning a Super Bowl is. So, I was talking a lot about this on my my Twitter over the past couple of days. And not that I'm calling the 2024 team by any means similar to the 2010 team, because it's not. But you could see that certain teams, I know it doesn't happen often. I think it's only 2 times in history that the last seed has won the Super Bowl, but it has, right? It's about getting hot at the right times. And, can this Packers team do it? I have confidence in the team with their current issues. I could see why everyone's going, not really thinking about it, right? They're like, okay, well, they're going to get bounced in the playoffs due to these issues. But I think a lot of these issues are self-inflicted with the Green Bay Packers. And a lot of these issues, can be fixed. Now, will they? It's already week 17. You kind of expect these things to be fixed, earlier in the season, right? So just wanted to go on a little talk there about playoffs and whatnot and the seedings and whatnot. The difference between a 5th and a 7th seed for the Packers is very minimal. It's very minimal. Yeah, it would be great to play the 4th seed week 1 or game 1 of the playoffs, which would probably be, who's the 4th seed right now? I think I have it up on my screen. Let me look real quick. Yeah, it would be great to play Tampa. Even Tampa's a good team, man. The Rams are up and coming team, right? Like all the teams, the NFC is loaded this year. So if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best regardless. It doesn't matter what seed you are. It really, really doesn't. All right, before we dive into the film review, I want to give a massive shout out to Sleeper. You guys have this day, just today left to enter in this Josh Jacobs jersey giveaway. I pinned the link in the chat, or you can just download Sleeper and sign up with code BASS, B-A-S. And right now, Sleeper's offering an amazing promo. It's not going to be around long, so get into it when you can. And if you make a $5 play with code BASS, you'll get instantly $55 in free plays. It's a great promo going on from Sleeper. Doing so will also enter you in the Josh Jacobs giveaway. Like I said, this is the last day for it, so if you have yet to enter and you're in an applicable state, definitely enter in this. It supports the channel a ton. Make your picks higher or lower for the upcoming weekend. I actually hit mine. I hit my picks last game against the Vikings. That's 2 games in a row where I've done my Sleeper picks on live stream that I've actually hit them in a row. And my picks last week were a Josh Jacobs touchdown, Tucker Kraft 25 plus yards, Dontavian Wicks 25 plus yards, and an interception for Sam Darnold. So those are my 4 picks last week, and I hit those. So again, sign up on Sleeper, code BASS. Make a $5 play, first time user, make a $5 play, get 55 in free plays. All right, so let's dive right into it. Let me get my screen up here. Film review. Boom. Let's get into it. There's the intro. A little too long of an intro, honestly, but here, let's dive into the film review. First play is the fumble. Going to go through this quickly. Don't want to watch the fumble too much. It just stinks because we're driving down the field, started with the football. We're in Minnesota territory, right? Like all the previous plays are positive. 2 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards, 6 yards, right? No negative. And even this one was a 7-yard run on 2nd and 4. It would have been a first down. It's a misdirection right. Motion craft, misdirection right. Blocking's nice. This edge defender gets through, but it doesn't matter because it's Josh Jacobs. He breaks tackles. And it's just, man, you got to protect the football in games like this. You know, if the Packers game doesn't start this way, they probably win this game. And I'm a firm believer in, you know, the way you start games is going to set the tone. And that's why Matt LaFleur also takes the football when he wins the toss a lot, because it is true. The way you start football games, you know, is how you set the tone. But I read an interesting thing on the internet yesterday, and let's see, I'm trying to remember it correctly. It makes more sense for teams on the road to defer and take the ball to start the second half, because when you come out on offense to start the second half, a lot of the fan base is using the bathroom, going to the concessions. It's a lot quieter than it is on the opening drive. The opening drive, I mean, it's going to be loud. You're going to have to run silent count the whole time. You're going to have to, you know, deal with crowd noise, where if you receive the ball to start the second half, it's not going to be that loud. I mean, it'll be loud, but it's not going to be as loud because a bunch of fans go to the bathroom at halftime. They don't make it back in time. They go to concessions at halftime. They don't make it back in time, right? So I think when you're on the road, you defer. And I know going down points early hurts, and the Packers they scored first in this game. You know, they did, but, you know, I think Matt LaFleur's got to change up that strategy just a little bit. What's your thoughts on the future of this wide receiver room? I think that, you know, there is a potential that maybe they go out and get a true number one like a T. Higgins. We'll see. How many fumbles is that for Josh? 3, 4, 5? I think it's like 3 maybe, but 3 on the year. All right, let's go into 1054. Oh my God, there's so much Edgerrin Cooper in this film review, guys. There's like 4 or 5 Edgerrin Cooper plays in this film review, and he did excellent against the run, excellent rushing the passer. But he was pretty exposed in coverage in this game. But here's one play. It's going to be a tackle at the line of scrimmage or gain of 1 yard. Edgerrin Cooper, you'll see him right here. I mean, watch the speed off of this, right? So he's engaged with a block here. Watch how quickly he goes from engaging this block to shooting this run lane and wrapping up Aaron Jones. Ready? I mean, it's so fast. It's like a snap of a finger, and he's there. I mean, watch it from the end zone view. It's crazy, right? I mean, he's right over the center. Handoff up the middle. He's reading right now. He's looking at Aaron Jones. Okay, he's going to cut this way. I'm engaged with 64. Get off that block. Knife through that running lane. Wrap up Aaron Jones. I mean, it's insane. It's insane how well Edgerrin Cooper, how much he's progressed over the season, should I say. Yeah. Saw you got into it with the Gouda guy on Twitter. He's just a miserable person. He's very pessimistic. It's you know, some fans fan that way, and if you want to, go for it, but don't push it on so many other people. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a reason he's blocked by like half of Packers Twitter. I won't block someone on a disagreement, but you know, whatever. 9:23 in the first. Here we are. Passing complete left. Romeo Dobbs. Trying to think. Oh, okay. So this is our second drive after the fumble. And although Josh Jacobs fumbled, you know, he was still running the football well. Why do we come out our second drive with 3 straight passes? I have no idea. But in the same sense, Jordan Love has got to hit this throw. This is open. It's going to be a deep out route to Romeo Dobbs. We got Jaden Reed orbit motion, fake handoff, right? Jaden Reed orbit, so it's kind of looking like a screen there. You have Byron Murphy, kind of have to respect that. And you have Romeo Dobbs 1v1 versus this cover 3 corner, and he's going to get good leverage right here. Nice snap down, uses his hands to fight through that. He gains separation. And I don't know if this is an incorrect depth or Love just underthrew it. But you got to hit that throw, and that's a first down, or we're not talking about it, right? Then on second down, we go right to another pass, deep left to Dontavian Wicks. Let's skip forward here. Wicks at the top, and slightly overthrown. Then on third down, this play is absolutely blown up by the fact that the Vikings can jump our snap because the Packers on the road bring it down to 1 second on crucial downs every single time. Watch how quick Grenard gets off this ball. I mean, he's timing it because the Packers run the play clock down on the road to near 1 second every time. It's so obvious. And this play is blown up from the start. I mean, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do when a defensive end has a get off like that. It's not even Rasheed Walker's fault. Look at the start Grenard has. Like, you're not going to win if you're a left tackle in that situation. You're not. So people might go, Rasheed Walker, not good here. No, this is based off the Packers, bringing this play clock down to 1 second and allowing other teams to jump the snap. You could say Walker played bad, but this is not on Walker. Like, this is on the fact that the Packers are running this play clock down consistently, and Grenard's able to get an insane get off. You'd think by now that would change. Dude, it's been a problem since Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, so I have no idea why it continues. It's because you can't blame the previous coach. You can't blame the previous quarterback, but it's happening with LaFleur and Love. I don't know if it's just... I have no idea. I have no idea why play calls are taking so long through the huddle. And then, he has no time, like very minimal time to make adjustments at the line, which you need time to do that. But you want to finish your adjustments when you have like 8 seconds left. So then you can kind of, so do you put this down to poor coaching? Either that or Jordan Love is very slow in the huddle. The only thing I could think is maybe both Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love are just slow at calling plays in the huddle. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of because it doesn't seem like there's a common denominator. It's not like Mike McCarthy's still here or something. You know what I mean? All right, 7:45 in the first. If you go watch the Lions game and you'll see, it does this sometimes. Go watch the Lions game and you'll see how bad that it hurt the Packers that they run the play clock down to 1 second every time. Pat O'Connor, who isn't a household name, destroyed Josh Myers because he knew the snap count. He knew the silent count. The Packers were running silent at 1 every play. It's like, come on. Where was I at? 7:45. It's like, come on, give me the play. 3rd and 2, still a 0-0 game, right? I mean, this is just the Packers getting no pressure on Sam Darnold in this game killed them. And you could argue our coverage wasn't great a lot of the time. But when you give a quarterback this much time, someone is going to get open no matter what. So the Packers are showing, let's see, they bring 1, 2, 3, 4, they bring 5. The Vikings block 5. 1v1 across the board. Watch how much time Sam Darnold has sit in the pocket here. It's ridiculous. They're all broken routes, right? Watch the route concepts. Everyone already ran the route right here. Everyone's already ran the route. And then everyone just starts to work back towards the football. And that's what Hockenson does and gets open. You can't blame Bullard on this because you can't cover for 5-6 seconds in the NFL. You're not going to be able to. It's absolutely disgusting that, LVN, you guys know, big supporter LVN. He did absolutely nothing in this game. And he's in coverage here. It doesn't even matter. LVN's in coverage, but watch everyone else. Wooden, completely stonewalled by Cam Robinson, right? You got Edgerrin Cooper on Bradbury, locked up. Carl Brooks, locked up. Aaron Mosby, locked up. Here's another thing. 0-0 game, divisional matchup late in the season. 3rd and 2, tie ball game. Where's Rashawn Gary? Where's Kenny Clark? I think Devontae Wyatt checked out with injury at this point. Where are your playmakers? You have, Aaron Mosby? No, Brenton Cox Jr., who has been playing well. You have Eric Wilson on one side, Brenton Cox Jr., Carl Brooks, which is a nice pass rusher. He's the only one I can honestly argue in this set. Colby Wooden and Lucas Van Ness. Where in the world is Rashawn Gary? Where in the world is Kenny Clark? It's 3rd and 2. I just don't get it. I don't get it with personnel. And you send 5 here. So you send 4 because you dropped Lucas Van Ness. You send 4, so it's 5 against 4, and the Vikings did a good job winning the hat count in terms of blocking. Aaron Jones slips out and has Lucas Van Ness on him. He could have hit him too. But it's wide open, man. Bullard did play bad. 100% JT, but you can't blame that one on him. All right, let's get to 622. This is a great pass breakup by Keyshawn Nixon. A deep pass to Jordan Addison. I think a lot of us, when this ball was thrown, a lot of us were going, oh, that's a touchdown. It just looked like Nixon was beat here. Just a simple 9, but Nixon's like, oh God, I'm playing inside leverage here, right? Playing inside. He thinks he has, at least a little bit of safety help, but he doesn't. Runs that thing deep with Addison. A little bit underthrown. Works through that football. Excellent job working through that football by Keyshawn Nixon. Bullard was moved from the nickel. He's still a rookie. Yeah, I agree. And Bullard's been put in a lot of tough situations that he's playing 2 different positions multiple times, multiple games. And that's not what you should do to a rookie, but the Packers had no other choice. And it was a bad game for Bullard. That's for sure. 6:15. Okay, so here's a funny thing. The Packers in the first quarter or early in this game actually brought some pressure packages. And here's one example of it. From deep safety is Xavier McKinney on a blitz. Right into the face of Sam Darnold. Pressures him, right? Rolls out of the pocket. Nixon moves up. Pressures him even more. Incomplete. I didn't see anything like this in the third and fourth quarter. 0. I saw a 4-man rush the entire rest of the game. And I know some of the times we brought pressure, Sam Darnold did beat it. But the majority of third and fourth quarter was cover 2, and Sam Darnold picked it apart. It wasn't even hard for him. It was not hard at all because he had all day to throw. And when you have all day to throw against a zone, people are going to get open. It's like, come on, we got to at least change something up. Bring a little bit of pressure. Do something different, right? Okay, 2:35 in the first. Here is, where were we at? 2:35 in the first. Okay, so at this point, still 0-0, 3rd and 7. You'd like to go up 7-0 here, right? You'd like to go up 7-0. The Packers are going to run I love this play call. They're going to motion Reed out wide, and he's still going to be the over-top mesh receiver, and Musgrave is the underneath mesh. So you got to pick and choose here if you're Jordan Love. One of these guys should get open. The Vikings are in man coverage. They ran a lot of man coverage, and Matt LaFleur said we weren't prepared for that. Well, do you know what concept beats man coverage a lot? Is mesh. This beats man coverage, and it did. Jordan Love just chose the wrong option here. So off the snap, off the motion, right? You have Jaden Reed on a delay release. Coming across the middle. Right now, he's got to get to the right hip of Musgrave, and that's going to try to pick one of these defenders. And right at this moment, Love has got to choose. He's got to either choose Musgrave or Reed. And by this moment, you do think, okay, maybe Musgrave the better option. But if you get a couple more steps, Reed has a lead. He's a faster receiver. Musgrave is kind of like floating this. If Musgrave just straight up full sprints, rather than just kind of floating and strafing like half sideways, maybe it's a touchdown, but he puts himself in a bad position there. I think if Love fires this outside and leads Reed, it's a touchdown. We saw it against, I believe, Arizona. There's another game where we threw like an out route per se. It wasn't a mesh concept, but Reed was in tight coverage. Love just needled it into over the defender or gave a good lead pass to Reed, and it was a touchdown. It's hindsight, but I think Reed was the better look there on this mesh concept. The Vikings were getting hands on our receivers all day, and I think if you throw to Reed there, maybe even get the Vikings on a hold because that defender might have held more. But yeah, I see the comment. Christian Watson, missing Christian Watson against man hurt a lot too. Yeah, throw to the corner, let the receiver make the play. I agree. Throwing behind the sticks to a tight end, is against a defensive back who's faster than him on a 3rd and 7 is asking for you to be short of the sticks. Tucker probably does score that. I agree. I wonder why, honestly, why wasn't it Tucker there? I have no idea. I don't know. It's a crucial third down. Again, personnel, just like defense. What are we doing? What are we doing? Coop tackle for loss, 13:35 in the second. Another Edgerrin Cooper, man. Playing too safe, yeah. You got to make plays, man. I'm going to the end zone view for this one because end zone views look so much better for some Edgerrin Cooper film, right? Edgerrin Cooper here on the strong side. Toss right, strong side. I mean, it's... Watch him get through Josh Oliver here. It's crazy, man. Josh Oliver has no chance. Look how quick. Ready? Right through. And that ankle tackle of Aaron Jones. -2 yards. Crazy. Dude, Edgerrin Cooper is an animal. He's an absolute animal. This guy, there's only so many linebackers that can make plays like that consistently, and he's already doing it in his rookie season. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Here we go. You guys ready for something disgusting? The Jalen Nailor touchdown. I mean, this is bad. This is so bad. So, you know what happened here? Is that Javon Bullard has no idea what the play call is for defense. I wish you could see before this. Bullard's waving at something. I don't know if McKinney doesn't see him or doesn't replicate what the call is. Bullard's waving at something like, okay, you're staying deep half. Like we're in 2, right? We're in cover 2. You're deep half. I'm deep half. We have 2 flats underneath, or we're in cover 4. Deep fourth, and fourth. I don't know. But no. McKinney's supposed to. No. Cheesy John, this is 100% not on McKinney. This is a cover 2 invert or a drop of McKinney. Watch right off the snap. He has no idea that Jefferson's running a dig. He's supposed to drop into this robber right here. This is made to stop this third down concept that a lot of teams run, is a deep dig by the outside receiver underneath the safeties, right? The problem here is, look how wide Bullard is off this snap, because it's a McKinney dropping into a robber, then it flips to cover 3. Or at least a cover 3 type of concept. So you'll have deep third by this corner. You'll have deep third by Eric Stokes. And Bullard needs to rotate to the middle of the field right off the snap. Because this is a disguised coverage, right? Right off the snap, drop, rotate. It's that simple. Bullard did not know the call. Watch how wide he is. He's sitting his hash like he has a safety right here. And he doesn't. If this is cover 2 or cover 4, he's in the complete right spot. Perfect spot. McKinney drops to this robber because they know that the Vikings are going to run something like this. And McKinney's in a good spot to stop Jefferson on this deep dig if Bullard's simply in the middle of this field. If Bullard's in the correct position and rotates, the post is locked up. The post is locked up. Cheesy John, I'm trying to explain it to you. This is a disguised coverage. McKinney is supposed to drop into this robber. He's not just reading this based off of what he sees. He's not just playing it up. This is a called defensive call. It's a inverted look. It's right at the snap, drop, and rotate to a cover 3. It's supposed to pre-snap look like cover 2, which it does. Look, low flat, 2 deeps. It's supposed to look like a cover 2 or a cover 2 man. This is a post-snap coverage switch that the Packers do a lot. The only difference is Bullard had no idea that was the call because he's playing this right hash for no reason. It's not on McKinney. This was the call. This was the call, and it would have worked. It 100% would have worked. Everything would have been locked up here. Darnold probably would have checked it down to Hawkinson here, and arguably maybe that gets the first, right? Because Eric Wilson's playing this so deep. But it's not on McKinney. He's not just playing that free will going, oh, I can just move around wherever I want. No, McKinney is dropping there as a robber safety. So it's not on McKinney. All right, we have read drop. Ooh, yikes. 7:33. There we go. Wilson had a bad game. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Here's the read drop. I mean, it's so bad. It's just such a beautiful throw. Love sees something at the line. He's changing to something, right? Vikings looking like they're in cover 1. Love takes a snap, looks off this linebacker left, is looking left like he's going to throw just a fade to Dobbs or a slant to Dobbs because he breaks in on that slant. And then right at the last second, come back to the right, fire that thing to the open receiver. You can go to either here. He goes to the middle. It's just an easier throw to make, and it's wide open, right? It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. It's such a bad drop. Reed catches this. We end up scoring. I think we win this game, honestly. This killed so much momentum and allowed the Vikings to go up, 2 scores after this? Perfect by Love. Watch him just moving Cashman here with his eyes, right? Moving. Come back right, fire it in. I mean, it's a dime. It's an absolute dime. It's a perfect execution of a 4th and 2 call. I love the call. Go for it. I love the play call. I love Jordan Love's execution. Jayden Reed's got to catch the football. Pass blocking up front, perfect. They're bringing 4. We block 5. Love has, a lot of time to throw. Josh Myers does kind of get walked back, or is it Myers or Elton? It's Myers, go figure. It's a beautiful throw. Got a little, I think it's a stick and nod concept by Tucker Kraft. I can't really tell. Let's see. Now it's just a little corner route by Kraft. I mean, catch the ball. Catch the ball. What's that, like 10 drops on the season, man? It's abysmal. It's abysmal. 523. Oh, another Edgerrin Cooper. Imagine that. Edgerrin Cooper, imagine that. Someone said Jayden Reed was jogging, not 100%. Well, he's looking for the ball there, and it's right in his breadbasket. You got to catch it. Here's another Edgerrin Cooper play. You heard that before. Weak side, backer right in this play. Run left to the weak side. The Vikings have the correct hat count here, right? 1, 2, 3 defender. 1, 2, 3 blockers. The only difference is they don't know what Edgerrin Cooper does to blockers. He just goes right through him. Just goes right through him. Cam Akers kind of throws a little shoulder down. Not enough. Edgerrin Cooper kind of gets hit pretty hard there, but does a good job wrapping up through that hit. What's that, a loss of 2? Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the hell 64 is doing here, but it is an awful job trying to get to Edgerrin Cooper. Edgerrin Cooper is just too fast, man. Chris Godwin's a free agent. I don't know how I feel about that with the ankle injury. It's pretty brutal for an older wide receiver. You have to use your ankles, a lot, obviously. All right, we have 438. I wrote down zone for this, and I got to see why. It's 3rd and 6, Naylor for 16 yards. Oh, I think I wrote down zone because the Packers played too much like zone in this game, like way too much. So I'm going to watch this play through. So you got motion Addison. Oh, yeah, I know why I wrote this play. McKinney late to Naylor, 1st down. This is on 3rd and 6, right? You know what sucks about playing so much zone is the Vikings start to realize you're playing so much zone, and they just overload one side and then erase like 3 of your defenders from the play, and they're sitting there doing nothing. 2 receivers right, motion Addison, right? So now you have 3 receivers on 3rd and 6. You only need 6 yards. Look how deep our defenders are. Bullard, deep defender, deep defender. So all you have to do is run some type of switch release and a drop and a curl underneath like Addison did, and you got an easy 1st down. Right? McKinney on this, he's got to shoot over here way quicker. It was a pretty bad game for McKinney, if I'm being honest. He's playing, watch right here. Right there. 3 receivers bunched up, 3rd and 6. We have 3 defenders, 4 defenders on this side, but we also have 3 defenders on this side doing absolutely nothing. They're covering grass because the Packers are in zone here. I think you got to man up on third and 6, and you got to say my players are better than yours. And McKinney's got to shoot to this. There's no one even over on this side of the field for McKinney. I don't know why he's playing this so haphazardly. Like he's kind of just like, oh, I'm waiting for him to come into my zone, right? I'm just going to sit here and wait for him to come to me. Meanwhile, he has two defenders behind him. He doesn't even need to do that. Like, there's no one over there. Go see player and go attack player, right? You're in 3rd and 6, man. And I know it's a zone call, and he's just trying to stick a zone here in the middle. But you got to read and react in the zone, man. You got to read and react, and he's just late to it. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. The Vikings did a good job attacking. I'm done with that. 12, almost a 12-4 football team. Fans are calling for the head coach's job. That's crazy. Oh man, 2 straight playoff appearances with a new quarterback. Just so you know. You should go be a Bears fan if you don't like it. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? Deep Melton, 130. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is crazy. Lack and Jair in games like this kill us. Yeah. Eric Stokes had a good game. So here's another play. 3rd and 5, down by 7. Vikings start with the ball in the second half. You really, really want to go score here and tie it up, or at least get 3. And this is where he threw deep into double coverage to Bo Melton on a 3rd and 5. Melton in motion. He's running a wheel, right? I like the concept, but there's a lot of vertical going on here. And Love at this moment is looking right at this safety. He sees his middle receiver. I can't tell if it's Reed or not. And he sees Melton. He's thinking the safety is going to go right to Reed because he looks open, and that's going to leave Melton 1v1 on the outside. But the safety just reads Jordan Love, and that's an easy... I mean, the ball's not even there, even if the safety isn't. That's not even a good throw. What I don't like here is 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, the ball's on the 30. We have 3 receivers 20 yards downfield on 3rd and 5. It's so vertical. It's so vertical. The only receivers that we have available are checkdowns. Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs. Why do we consistently run? It reminds me of the McCarthy days late in Rodgers' career when everything was isolation, everything was vertical on short yarded situations. I mean, if the Vikings are running so much man coverage, just run another mesh. It worked. Just run another mesh concept. Like, why are we running so vertical on 3rd and 5? Minute 32, you have timeouts, you have plenty of time. You don't need it all. If Melton had cut the route short, he's wide open. Oh, so if he ran it to like a wheel comeback, that's got to be something designed. Like if he did that without Love knowing, that's an interception. So Melton was told to run a wheel here. And notice how like Melton slows up because he's like, I'm locked up. There's a safety dropping to my side and I'm getting pushed to the boundary. Why in the world is Jordan Love throwing that? I have no idea. But the Packers in this game, I have multiple instances I'll show you. They went so vertical on short yardage situations. I have no idea why. They had like 3 receivers all running, long progressing routes that take, 4 or 5 steps to even get to your first break. It's like, dude, it's too much. 5 outside step, it's too much. Brooks sack. Oh, yay, we got a sack in this game, didn't we? It wasn't because we had good pass rush, just because Sam Darnold held the ball. I think it's Brooks right here. He needed all day to throw. He could have went to his check down. Ready? He could have went Hawkinson. Boom. He could have fired it, and Hawkinson isn't looking. If Hawkinson was looking, it's a big gain. Vikings get into field goal range to end this half. Which, did they attempt one anyways? I don't even know where I'm at. Yeah, I think they attempted one anyways, but missed. No, they didn't attempt and miss. They got a free field goal. That's what it was. Edgerrin Cooper was offsides. I mean, it's a nice sack, I guess, but it's a coverage sack. Speaking of which, let's check this out. Where's that at? I wonder if there's a better view of this. Yeah, this isn't a bad view. First off, who's offsides here? Looks like the right guard. Looks like the right guard's offsides. I think the ref honestly thought this guy, 76, was the center. And that's why it was called offsides. Because if 76 was the center, then sure, you could argue maybe this Packers player right here is offsides. But he's not the center. It's so bad. Look how offsides this right guard is. And but the Packers get called for illegal formation twice in this game. Okay. Zach Tom isn't exactly where he needs to be. He's maybe a half a step back. Illegal formation. Dontavian Wicks isn't covering up. Illegal formation. This right guard is a whole helmet's length across the football. But the Packers are offsides? Come on, man. It's not offsides. Like, it's not. In any sense. Even when the ball snapped, no one's moving. You could argue, oh, look at the hand right there. No, that's still not offsides. It's still not. An end zone view is not going to give us anything different. Look how far forward this right guard is. How does it, who throws this flag, by the way? And when do they throw it? How, this guy? Oh, come on. Look how canted he is. Look how far off. Look at his legs. How is he calling offsides? Dude, that's sketchy. He's not down the line of scrimmage. He's not even close. I'm not. He's almost 10 yards canted off the line of scrimmage. Ready? Or no, okay, someone up top threw it. Okay. I was going to say, someone up top threw it up here. I was going to say if this ref over here threw it, I was going to lose my mind. Someone up top here threw it, but still. Why'd that take so long to throw that flag? Why did that take so long? That's crazy, guys. How is that offsides? What about that's offsides, man? I don't know. I have no idea. Dude, if that's the thing, though, like, we're sitting here arguing about it, and the Packers got to play better ball. Like, don't allow it to come down to 2 points. But, like, if this happened to Lions or Vikings fans, they're wreaking havoc. I'm just saying. All right, we have third quarter, 12-15. Here's another interesting zone by McKinney. And I think McKinney is so worried about what Bullard is doing and so worried about helping Bullard because of what he's showed in the first half of this game that he honestly leaves his zone. Watch this pre-snap. So Bullard's, he's telling, he's like, move, slide here, slide to the middle. You're right here. Come on, slide down. And he doesn't. So then McKinney's sliding to the middle because he's like, okay, now I got to cover pretty much what Bullard, isn't doing essentially. And then what does he leave open to the backside? The dig. Boom, wide open. It's just miscommunication by these safeties. And the Packers, honestly, like, having to throw Bullard back there after losing Zane Anderson killed them. It absolutely killed them. I never thought in 2024 would be saying the loss of Zane Anderson at safety beat the Packers against a 2-loss football team, but it did. Oh, what a world we live in that Zane Anderson was our savior and we lost him. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Addison touchdown. Okay, so this one's on Bullard statistically, but I don't put it on Bullard. I can cook Bullard all day. I could sit here and do it, but I'm not gonna on this one because you shouldn't have enough time to run this route I mean, come on, bro. There's no reason that route should be able to develop. Look how much time Darnold has. And he does a great job getting around that outside pressure. The way Darnold climbs the pocket, moves his shoulders, his footwork, it's phenomenal. I don't know who's been training him this season, but it looks so different from what we've used to seeing from Darnold. And Cooper almost gets him. If this is any other quarterback than Darnold, I think Cooper gets a hand on him, but Darnold does an excellent job navigating the pocket. Look how slow this stop and go is. He's pretty much, I'm not sure if it's even drawn up to be a double move. I think it's supposed to be just a stop, and then Darnold should fire the ball at this point somewhere. That's the concept. But Addison sees Darnold climb pocket, and what do you do from there? Right? Get open for your quarterback. Break up field. Right? And that's what he does. It's not on Bullard. You shouldn't have to cover that long. And This is like a 1v1 situation in training camp when you're like, oh my God, the cornerback got cooked. Meanwhile, the quarterback has like 5 seconds to throw on like a triple move. Like, no, he didn't. Like, you got to get pressure on the quarterback. It's abysmal. It's abysmal. Our front had the worst game of the season by far, and it wasn't even close. Bullard is not a coverage safety. He's better for nickel. He's better run defender. Missing Evan Williams is better coverage. Yeah, agree, 100%. Didn't Addison score on the same play, double move in the first game? Probably, but I don't care about the move. I don't care about the coverage. You cannot allow a quarterback this much time. You cannot. You got to at least somewhat pressure him here to where that's going to be more of a difficult throw. I'm not mad at Bullard for this. I'm really not. That's such a hard thing to cover for that long. It's like schoolyard bullshit, right? Like you're just running around. You're running around like drawing up a route on your hand. Like, I'm going to go left, then right, then left, then, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like a traditional play for a defender to get beat. So, and Addison's a good receiver too. Look like college ball. Yeah, you got to get pressure. Pass protection, 8-11. I think this is more iffy pass protection. Yeah, I think it was. Look how the Vikings line up. I mean, this is so like odd. It's so weird. And it works. Packers, rotate Kraft down low because they're heavy this side, right? You have Chris Brooks in protection. The difference here is Sam Darnold would have a nice pocket forming, right? Have a nice pocket forming, and he'd sit in the pocket, and someone would end up getting open because that's what happens. What happens to the Packers here? I mean, Love has no time. And then he just tries to read on third down, maybe a little early by Byron Murphy. They're playing physical, man. They're playing physical at the top of every route, and the refs were allowing it, and the Packers should have done the same back. But they didn't. And the Vikings ran a really, really nice stunt here, right? So they kind of have a looping 43 Van Ginkel, and then Cashman coming underneath, instant pressure. Packers got to do a better job at reading these stunts, right? Like, we have double team. You gotta read this better, man. You gotta read this better as an offensive line. I don't know much offensive line film. Like, I'm not someone that breaks it down, but I do know what looks like a bad, slide protection based off of like stunts and whatnot. And that's one of them. I mean, both Myers and Elton I mean, Elton's out there blocking absolutely no one. Look at him. Like, Elton, you're a veteran here. Right off this moment, you should understand that, hey, there's about to be a loop. But nope, I'm just gonna sit here and block the air. Like, come on, man. You're a veteran. Like, you're a veteran here, Elton. What are you doing? Like, do you really think that Cashman's not going to loop underneath if you just give him this? Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's so frustrating to watch sometimes, man. Valentine interception. Oh, dude. So here's why Valentine needs to stay on the field. And a lot of zone coverage will work if you have players that can read and react and not just sit in their zone covering grass, right? When you're playing zone, you need to read and react, but also be decisive with it, but also not negate your zone completely, right? So this is a perfect example of that at the bottom of the screen by Carrington Valentine. So he's going to be a flat defender here. I believe, actually, I'm not sure because Edgerrin Cooper slides over to kind of cover hook curl or the flat, but Valentine's also covering this receiver down here. And what Sam Darnold is doing right here is reading Valentine. He sees him drop. So he goes, okay, we're in cover two. What can be to cover two? A corner route by your tight end because he has leverage on the safety here. Tons of leverage. Valentine is reading Darnold. The moment he's about to release, drop right back. Get into that passing lane, interception. Awesome read and react in his zone coverage by Carrington Valentine. Great IQ here to read and react this. Just watching this quarterback's eyes, right? Still be able to make a play on Jefferson if he wants to throw that. But then the moment Darnold lets it loose, drop back into that passing lane, pick it off. Beast Bumblebee, appreciate it. You think Valentine could be the cornerback 2 moving forward? Yes, I do. And I think I missed a super chat earlier. Beast Bumblebee, appreciate it. Says, that's the thing. My dad flipped out over Love going deep. But why are we calling a shot play on 3rd and short? It's not all on Love. Yeah, I agree. It's both. Love is looking too vertical on 3rd and short, and we're having too many vertical receivers on 3rd and short. Yep. 3:13 in the third. Where are we at? 3:13 in the third. Here's another cover 2. Cornerback or edge round 1 next year? Cornerback. Honestly, both. Trade up. Here's another cover 2 by the Packers. They run tons of cover 2, especially against the Vikings, and the Vikings absolutely torched it. Play action. I mean, what beats cover 2, right? Look how deep our safeties are. What beats cover 2? Run some dagger concepts, run some deep digs, right? You got a deep dig on the backside there. Get by the cornerback and cut right underneath the safety. And it honestly looks like they're in cover 3. So they kind of rotate to cover 3 here, I guess, but still. The Vikings are they did a good job at just, you know, running routes, having enough time to have the routes develop and behind our linebackers underneath the safeties. How much have I talked about this since the Miami game of teams, you know, just cooking us behind our linebackers underneath our safeties? It's going to continue. We got to switch some things out. We got to play more man. We have to play more man. We have to. Yeah, maybe edge round 1, because if you get pressure, you don't need as great cornerbacks. Like, as long as you get pressure, but if you don't get any pressure, the best cornerbacks won't even work. So, you know what I mean? Cooper tackle for loss. We have another. Edgerrin Cooper, baby. Crazy game. Not good in coverage, but this guy's an animal. He's an absolute animal. Edgerrin Cooper's a freak. I mean, he's so fast. Like, he quite literally is faster than Aaron Jones, which is crazy. I mean, Aaron Jones is getting older, but look how fast Edgerrin Cooper is. Wild. All right. Oh, we have another one. 10-10. We have another Edgerrin Cooper. I don't know why, but the Vikings keep trying to run left behind our worst run blockers. Yeah, no, I understand that. Packers do that a lot of times, but don't feel too bad about it. Like, oh, we're just Cam Robinson's that bad. Like, he's not. It's just Edgerrin Cooper's a freak. And is Brendel on the left, or is Dalton Reisner on the left? But yeah, you guys probably should be running to the right. I know Brian O'Neill's a great tackle. Shout out Sally's University from Wilmington. That's where he went to in high school. But yeah, I agree with you. But Edgerrin Cooper's also a great ball player. I mean, look at this. It's not all your offensive line. Edgerrin Cooper's been doing this like the last 3 weeks. Trust me. So if you're a Vikes fan, I mean, I have no idea what the hell are you doing, 56? That Bradbury always shits the bed against the Packers. I don't know what it is. Like, I know he's a pretty good center in this league, but for whatever reason, whenever he plays the Packers, this guy, Bradbury's just ass. Like, I have no idea why. I mean, why? Like, this is some like Packer shit going on right here. Just like letting a free rusher A-gap just right through you. All right, thank you. Like, I have no idea, dude. He thought Wilson was blitzing. Oh, yeah, he did. But it's not even like Wilson was like showing that. He's just standing there flat-footed. Maybe he takes a little bit of a step up, like right, like a nudge. But like at that point, you just look off for half a second. Edgerrin Cooper's already like, I'm out of a cannon. See ya. See you later. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. 9:15. Here's another example of slow, long developing vertical routes, 2nd and 10, love and shotgun. The Vikings are showing 3-man pressure, maybe 4 here with a nickel defender. So they end up sending, I love that look. This is what Hafley needs in his bag, guys. 3 down linemen, right? They're showing 0, not cover 0. They're showing, what number is this? Not 0. I can't even have number 0. Is that Shaq Griffin 01? I can't tell who that is right there. Regardless, it might be Byron Murphy. No, you can have number 0. That's Ivan Pace. Okay, that's Ivan Pace. I didn't know you could have number 0. I totally forgot. Ivan Pace showing a little bit of a pressure here. And look what it rotates into. You still have these 3 blitzing, but then you have a nickel blitz from the opposite side. And at this point, Love has already collapsed, and he has to climb the pocket, right? 2nd and 10. Right here, climb the pocket. You probably should just fling it out to Tucker Kraft on your check down, but he can't. He has instant pressure. Look how deep our routes are. The Vikings are just dropping back, and we have 50-yard line, 50-yard line, 47-yard line. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? You need to have something. Look at this open down here. And I know it's more open because we're dropping so deep, and defenders can just keep dropping. You need something in this side of the I mean, it's so deep, long developing routes on plays like this, and Love has nowhere to go. Right? Look at that. Look at it. Look at these 3 receivers on this side. Look how vertical all of them go. What are you expecting to get open here against a deep cover 3 zone that the Vikings are running? You could argue against cover 3, maybe this seam opens up by Reed, right? Right there. Maybe Love can fire that in, but he's already pressured. Then what? Then you got to beat a defender 1v1. I don't know, man. Love does a great job climbing the pocket. And actually, I'm going to look at end zone view real quick. I think if Myers just blocks this final defender correctly, Love probably takes off for like 15 yards. And Love's got to stick it and run sometimes more rather than just trying to get the big play, right? Climb right here. If Myers holds this block, look how much space Love has. I mean, he's gaining 15, 20 yards. But it's Myers, and yeah. Is what it is. Everyone wanted to be Christian Watson. I guess so, man. Matt LaFleur tried to disrespect their secondary. I mean, they were just dropping back, man. They're like, okay, if you want to run all vertical, run into our deep zones, bro. We do have a scrambling quarterback. He just doesn't do it enough. 437. I think we actually have another one. I think we have another just long developing vertical type of play. 1st and 10. Down by 9. Trying to, I guess, get it all in one play. Look at all 3 receivers. Look how deep they are. This guy's at the 30. This guy's at the 36. He's at the 36. And he's wide open, but Love's not going to see Wicks on the left side. Oh, man, if he does. Well, he's already sacked at that point, right? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Love's not making that throw. If Love had better protection, this is wide open for maybe a touchdown. But it's like, dude, it's all slow developing. And look how many defenders the Vikings are dropping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 3 receivers. Are you going to get open 6 versus 3? No. Why in the world would you? And at this rate, just check it down if you can. I know he can't because he's pressured. It's so annoying, guys. It's so annoying. Like, bad block by Rashid, just getting absolutely bulldozed. We have 3 blockers over here. I mean, it's just bad. I don't have much to say. I don't have much to say. Okay, 4 minutes, 3:04, or 4th quarter, 3:04, I mean. Man, this hurts right here because it's a great route and a great throw and a great catch, but Wicks has to get out of bounds here, man. Like, you have to get out of bounds here. Catch, out of bounds. Like, why are you... it's a great job by Shaq Griffin holding him in bounds, I guess, but get out of bounds. Like, you could just loop your foot out. Get out of bounds. And then what's worse is not only Wicks doesn't get out of bounds here, but Matt LaFleur calls a fucking run with 2:39 left, and you have to save your timeouts, and you have to score before the 2-minute warning, which we do, but we waste about 40 to 50 seconds doing this bullshit. Why are you running? Like, I don't know if Jordan Love checked to a run or what. I don't know. It's so bad. Then we throw to Heath, and this was a great hurry up to the line of scrimmage, get set. Vikings aren't set. They aren't ready. They have a defender out there. Free play. Love moves the defenders with his eyes, comes backside to Heath, slant, open, touchdown. Good play, Malik Heath. All right, now let's move to the final plays of this game. Vikings open up. The Packers have the 2-minute warning, and they have 3 timeouts. You get a stop. You get a chance with the football. Go win the game with a field goal, right? Vikings come out and they show you what they're gonna run. They right off the rip, the first play on this final drive, they show you that, hey, we're not just gonna sit here and run every play, and you can't just sell out against the run because we will cook you. And that's exactly what they did, right? PA boot, slide by CJ Ham fullback, wide open. Edgerrin Cooper sells out against the run here. Ready? Edgerrin Cooper. Oh, I completely moved and got off of my assignment there. Wide open, first down. Okay, reset. 2-minute warning, reset. Gary, it's not on Gary, I don't believe, because Gary has to chase down the quarterback there. It's hard to say. It might be on Gary. It's hard to say. It actually might be on Gary. Cooper might be manned up against the running back here. Yeah, I think Cooper might be manned up against the running back, and I think that's Gary that has to cover that slide. I think you're right. It might not even be on Cooper because he's backside free rusher. And Gary should know, hey, I'm a free rusher. I see that. I gotta track that. I mean, Gary's not a coverage guy, but I think you're right. I think Gary has to cover that slide. So they run that first down. Okay, whatever. First down, reset. 2-minute warning. We still have 3 timeouts. Okay. The next play, stop them for negative yards. Gary does a good job. Gets in the backfield here, right? Negative 1 yard. Great play, Rashawn Gary, right? Now we got him 2nd and 11. What do they run 2nd and 11? I mean, I saw this coming from a mile away that they weren't going to run it on 2nd and 11. It's a minute 57. We have all timeouts. They're going to try to get a 3rd and manageable. If they ran it here, it would be 3rd and 8 probably. And then what? Then you give them 3rd and long and you kind of make it one-dimensional. So what do they run? Another PA boot. And this it's not even that disguised. Like, and it's honestly, it's good coverage all across the board. But we need someone downhill here. McDuffie mainly, I think. No, McDuffie's manned up on. I mean, they just do a good job moving our defensive line. But someone needs to make a play. Probably McKinney here, man. Like, if McKinney just sees this, or is that Stokes? I can't even tell who that is, but someone's got to make a play. McDuffie chases the quarterback. And I know a lot of people watch this review, and supposedly the ball, like, ended up hitting the ground as Jefferson fell to the ground, but I still think he got like knees down and whatnot, and it was possession. I don't know. I'm not going to argue that right now, but yeah. Okay, that happens, right? Two PA boots on this drive. 2 PA boots. 3rd and 2. They can run or they can pass, but they're at least going to try to sell you with a play action, right? They already ran 2 PA boots on you this drive, and they both worked. What do you think they're going to do? And it's not even a good one. It's not even, you could tell right here, it's not a run. What are we doing? Like, what are you doing? Thank you. You just gave him the win. Like, it's so bad. Enigbare needs to cover this running back here. And I know it's hard to pick and choose, because if you don't cover the running, or if you cover the running back, maybe Darnold runs this for a first. I don't think so, because watch Edgerrin Cooper spin out. You really think Darnold's beaten Edgerrin Cooper to that point? No. You got to trust your guys. If you're Enigbare here, you got to trust your guys. And you got to stick with your assignment. And that's covering this running back in the flat. And he doesn't, and leaves him wide open for a touchdown, or not a touchdown, for a first down, and game over. Do it from end zone view just to show you this more. Edgerrin Cooper right in the A gap. Absolutely destroys this guard on a spin move. Ready? You really think if Enigbare tracks Akers here, which Enigbare isn't bad at doing that on boots. I've seen him do it. Then Darnold has to extend the play and maybe force a tight window throw. All he has to do here is a little bit of a touch pass right over Enigbare's head for an easy first down. Good night. Thank you for the win. Edgerrin Cooper would have beat Darnold to the spot if Enigbare covers up and Darnold tried to run. Cooper's smoking him. He's absolutely smoking him. But no, we leave our assignment, if you're Enigbare, and leave a guy wide open for a win. And honestly, it's kind of a poor throw, and imagine if he dropped it, right? If that was the Packers, our running back would have dropped it, like 100%. It would have hit the ground. I wish it was Aaron Jones and he didn't get hurt earlier in this game, because Aaron Jones would have dropped that football. Like, I know he would have. I know Aaron Jones would have dropped that football. But of course, Cam Akers, who is absolute garbage, makes this play. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But that's our film review. Longer than I wanted it to be, but kind of went on a couple rants there from a couple plays, because it's infuriating. Certain things are infuriating to watch in this game. And I hope the Packers can clean them up. And I hope they can get on a little bit of a good momentum swing here against the Bears. Just go out and smoke the Bears and go up with high confidence into the first round of the playoffs against the Eagles. That's what I want to see. But they got a lot of stuff to clean up, and hopefully they can. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you coming by to the live stream. Happy New Year's Eve. Hope you guys have a fun, safe, happy night tonight. 2025 tomorrow. Hopefully 2025 is a good year. But yeah, guys, appreciate you coming by to the live stream. Catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack, go.